Dear Sally, your last letter really wounded my heart.
Joe's supposed to be alert, Shipwreck. If a pop foul can bean you, you'd better believe Cobra can.
Now, if I was in charge...
But you aren't, Beachhead. First comes Hawk, then Duke, then me, and finally you.
Yeah, well, maybe that'll change something.
Hey, G.I. Joe fans, welcome back to DESTRO'S Desk, and today we have got the brand new G.I. Joe Classified General Hawk Clayton Abernathy. Okay, so let's take a quick look at the box. As you can see on the front here, plastic-free packaging. We've got a nice action figure shot there of General Hawk. In the background, we can see we got the old Sergeant Slaughter Triple T there. We got a Cobra Stun in battle. And in the background there, we got G.I. Joe headquarters. And we've got the comic-style art photo right here of General Hawk, which looks pretty good. Up in the top corner, the usual weapons and accessories that come with the figures. We got the art piece again on the side, which is looking pretty sweet. And he is number 103 in the series. And on the back, we can see old General Hawk right there. He's 6.3 inches tall. We got the weapons. We got a nice headshot there with his helmet and goggles on. And we're showing here a patch on one of his shoulders saying Yo Joe. We got the QR code. And again, figure number 103. If you want to scan that, go ahead and you can get some more information on General Hawk. But for now, let's get this box open and let's get into it. And while I'm opening up this box, you can check out General Hawk's figure from the 1980s G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero line, and his file card. And I'm getting General Hawk out of the box here, and we definitely have a Hawk figure, which is great. And we've got the weapons case, and there we have General Clayton Hawk Abernathy, number 103, and we've got that G.I. Joe star logo right there. And inside, we have got the tissue paper bag. Let's get this opened up. And we'll pull out all the goodies. All right, I'll get these accessories all set up. I'll get Hawk out of the cardboard coffin, and we will take a much closer look. All right, so first we'll take a look at this helmet that he's got. Army-style green helmet. Again, kind of that same type of mold as we saw with Bazooka's helmet. It looks like there's some little dents on there. May have taken a little bit of fire to the helmet. We got a gold star right there on the front, which looks really good. The paint app looks good on it. And just a couple buckles hanging down here, straps or chin straps. Not a bad looking helmet at all. We'll see how that looks on him in a minute. Two sets of goggles. Same type of thing we've seen with like the with Dusty. You get two sizes. So this one here would be for if he's doesn't have his helmet on, and these are right over his eyes. And these ones a little bit bigger strap. So this will fit over his helmet and sit up on the front of his helmet when he's not using them. So we got the silver paint app on the lenses there, and flat black strap that goes around. Really nice looking shotgun rifle here, molded in black plastic. There's no paint apps on it at all. There's the detail's not too bad on it. I just wish there was maybe a paint app on there or two. It's got a strap on here to carry over his shoulder. So one thing I want to mention for sure is that this plastic is actually, it seems like a different plastic than we've been seeing with weapons. This has much less of a bend to it. Hopefully made these, is going to start making these a little better here in the future, but seems like a little more solid gun. Then we have another shotgun, same type of thing. It's no paint apps on there, texture on the handle there, so not a bad looking weapon there either. Again, it's still, this one's a little bit more bendable. I'm not too sure why one gun would be a lot more solid and one's still very flexible, but not too bad. So there's that one there, and then we have a couple handguns. So this one looks pretty cool. There's a bit of detail on there. I can see there's a star. I don't know if you can see that there. There's a star on the handle, some other markings on there, but a nice looking revolver. And we have another one which is just slightly smaller, another style of a handgun there. A little bit of detail in the flat black plastic mold, but again, no paint apps on there. There is holes in the end of these guns for any blast effects, but overall just a standard flat black gun that we're used to seeing. And that's pretty much it for what comes with this guy. Not a whole lot, but that's okay, because General Hawk doesn't need a whole lot of extras. But all right, let's take a look at this figure up close. First off, they got the head sculpt, which I think looks really well done. I wish there was a little more of an expression on his face, maybe with his mouth, but he just kind of looks kind of bland. There is some detail on there. It kind of shows his age. We got some wrinkles happening there. His eyebrows look like the paint on there is well done. The eyes seem to be on point. They're pointing straight ahead, so those look good. Good paint color on the lips. Dark brown hair on his head, which looks pretty good. And as you notice there, we've got some white and gray hair coming through there for Hawk, so he is starting to show that age. He's getting up there in the years. But overall, good looking head sculpt. I don't see anything really wrong with it. Looks pretty good. Moving down, we've got this good looking flight jacket that he's wearing. So this is a little bit of a different sculpt they did for this, I guess, to give it the realistic look. The paint color on it looks really good. I think they did a good job trying to make it look like leather. He's got that big fleece style collar. He's got some pins and his markings on the front of his jacket to show his level in the military. Those medals on there look like they're painted in it's not quite gold, almost like a bit of a bronze color. He's got that patch on the front there with his last name, Abernathy. There's lots of detail work in the jacket. We've got some pockets in there. We got some zippered pockets on the arms. We got some patches on the shoulder. So on his right shoulder, we got a GIJOE star logo of G.I. Joe. I'm not too crazy about that patch there at all. I don't think he really needed to have something on his arm like that said GIJOE. This side, we've got a nice American flag on his left shoulder. Then he's got this gun holster that wraps around him. It goes over his shoulders and under his arm. So that'll be for one of his guns. We got a nice black belt that does go around him. This is not molded on. They got some paint apps on the belt buckles up front here. We got a gold, what looks like a hawk in the buckle, and we've also got a silver one here. He's got some nice pouches that are molded onto the belt. There's two on the front, still in that same flat black color, and there's two more pouches on the back of his belt, and that does go down into another gun holster for his second gun. And then we get down to his legs, which look pretty good. We got a nice camouflage OD green black camo on there. We've got some same color type green of the knee pads. And moving down, we got some big old black boots. As you see, these boots definitely mean business. These seem like these could be a little bigger than boots that we normally see. This part that goes up his leg goes up a lot, which pushes up his pants there to give it that wrinkled look. The boots are in just a black color, molded that way, but they do look pretty good. So overall, I think it's a good looking figure just from the look of it. We'll get into the articulation in a second, but this figure, it's been a bit of a wait. I think Hawk maybe should have been out a little bit sooner in this series, not wait all the way to figure number 103. He should have been maybe midway up to this point. Overall, so far, I'm happy with this figure out of the box. It looks really good. All right, so for the articulation with Hawk, his head, the usual 360 degrees all the way around. We got some up and down nodding movement there. A little bit of movement on the neck piece. Arms do go all the way out, very nice and freely. And I'm noticing something a little bit different here. They have changed this up a little bit with the molds of these guys. The shoulder, I think it's still like a butterfly joint on there, but it moves very freely, a lot more freely than normal. And that piece there just kind of swivels around. So not sure if I like that. The movement is good, but it is a little bit different. And as you can see, his arm, when it's extended out, before you couldn't do this, but now there's definitely some extra movement in there. So I'm not sure how I feel about that right now. You'll see how it affects any posing or anything like that. So his arms do extend out in that T stand very easily. We've got pinless double jointed elbows, which is nice to see. There's no pins in there, which is good. They're definitely pretty tight, so not going to force those too much. But yeah, those shoulders are different, definitely different. But so this is where this mold is also a little bit different, with his upper body, probably to help out with this leather jacket. There's not really an ab crunch on this guy. It's the total top piece goes all the way around, but I have noticed that there really isn't, even without an ab crunch, there really isn't much movement there at all. That's about it. It's as far as it goes. And there's a little bit of a twist, but hardly at all. That's a little different. Haven't seen that before on one of these classified figures. So let me know in the comments what you guys think about these changes they made. I'm not too sure how I feel about them right now, but let me know what you guys think if you've got this guy. We do have his little bit of that waist movement also. The jacket fills out well there around the belt. There's no gaps. You can't see in there at all. So it is good across there. His hands, we got the usual movements, left and right, up and down. So lots of movement on the hands as usual. For his legs, we got those normal drop down hips. Seem to stay in place pretty well. We got the that thigh cut. This guy actually moves. They move fairly freely, so that's good there. So I noticed some pockets that are molded into the sides of his legs and on the back there. So we get down to the knees. So we got double pinless knees, which is also nice to see. The movement there, which is stiff, but that's okay. I'd rather have it stiff than have it loose. So the legs look good. The movement is good there. We go down to the boot cut. So we got that twist on the boots, which is normal and moves very freely. The bottom of his boots up and down and left and right, which is fairly stiff, which is good to see, because sometimes these guys get hard to pose if the feet seem kind of loose down there. So the articulation looks good on this guy. Like I said, they made some changes. Not sure how I feel about it yet, but we'll see. But that's basically General Hawk right there. I think it's a great looking figure. Let me know what you guys think about it. All right, so I'm gonna put on the goggles, the smaller pair of goggles, so I can just put it right onto his face, over his eyes. Fairly snug fit, if I can just get them on straight. There we go. So there's Hawk with his glasses or goggles on when he's not wearing a helmet. And when you can also have those on him too, and we can put the helmet on him, and they should be enough room. Yeah, so that's how they design it. It's kind of like Dusty. The helmet seems a bit big, but that is because it will fit on with the goggles around his head like that. So that looks pretty good. The helmet fits on there nice. It doesn't move around, so that's good. Or we can take these goggles off and we can put that helmet back on. So there's the helmet, and we take the bigger ones, and as we often see General Hawk, he's got his goggles on top of that helmet. So there's both looks with the helmet, goggles on, goggles off, which looks pretty good. I don't mind that at all. It's a decent looking helmet. And so I'll take that off for a minute. So for his weapons, we got the two different handguns, so I believe. So the smaller one will go into that shoulder harness holster that he's got that sits on his front, and we've got the little bit longer gun. Let's get her lined up there properly. There we go. So that gun fits in there nice, no problem at all. So both handguns can be on them like that. So we got the two rifles or shotguns. So this one here, the more powerful looking one, we do have that strap on there, so we can he can carry that one over his shoulder if he wants to. So you have that option if you want to carry one over his shoulder. Otherwise, we can get that into his hand. And I'm noticing too on his hand, I believe Hasbro has also changed the hands up, as I had said him on the last my last video. I think it was for Buzzer. There was his hand seemed a little bit different. Instead of one trigger finger, now there looks like there's two. So and then the bottom two fingers kind of have more of a holding grip. So they've changed that up a little bit. I don't know if that's really a positive or a negative. All right, so that's how I was saying there, how it looks a little different now, those two fingers. So one does fit in the trigger area, but this other one, I think it's sticking out too far. I don't think we need two fingers out like that. It doesn't really look right, but so I'm not sure why they made that change. But there's that gun in his hand. It would fit in there not too bad. And we will get the other one, same type of thing with the fingers. Just kind of make it a little bit difficult. There we go. Not too bad. And there he is with that gun. So Hawk is definitely equipped for battle. It's got some pretty good looking guns, so they'll stay in there no problem. So not a lot of accessories with Hawk, just some guns in his helmet. No backpack for Hawk, which is surprising, because pretty sure he always came with a backpack, but there's been a few figures now that haven't had one as of late. So got the hole there, but no backpack. So there's General Hawk. There is some of those changes that have maybe affected the quality a little bit. Like I said, I'm not 100% sure if I like those shoulders and cut in his jacket there, but overall I think it's a good looking figure. I'm very happy to have Hawk in the collection. He's finally here, and let me know what you guys think. Is this the Hawk that you were expecting? Did they do it right? Do you not like it? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And guys, hit that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. We're almost at 500. unexplored. And definitely, if you like this video and like what I'm doing, hit that like button and hit that bell so you know exactly when my next video is up and ready for you to watch. So that's it for today. I will put Hawk in a spin here, and as I said, I think he looks like a good figure. Don't have too many issues with him. I'm happy to have him in my collection. He'll be going up on the shelf beside Flint and Duke. And until next time, guys, take care.